Sun, secrets, and a silent scream. The Magdalena Żuk mystery in Egypt. Some stories stay with us not just because of what happened, but because of what we'll never fully understand. This is the case of Magdalena Żuk, a bright, ambitious 27-year-old woman from Poland who went on a dream vacation to Egypt and never came home. Her final days were marked by confusion, fear, and chilling video calls that raise far more questions than answers. What began as a birthday surprise for her boyfriend turned into a tragedy that still haunts two nations. In this video, we'll explore the full timeline of Magdalena's trip, the mysterious behavior that followed, the unsettling footage captured in her final moments, and the deep frustration surrounding the unanswered questions. From missing surveillance to suspicious autopsies and international distrust, this isn't just a story about one woman, it's about the systems that failed her. Introduction to Magdalena Żuk, a life full of promise. Magdalena Żuk wasn't just beautiful, she was driven. Born in Bogatynia, Poland, she left home at 17 to build a future in Wrocław, where she trained in cosmetology and nutrition. She eventually opened her own beauty salon, earning respect for her ambition and kindness. She had a devoted boyfriend, Marcin, and a life filled with plans. When she surprised him with a luxury holiday to Egypt for his birthday, neither imagined it would become a tragedy. When his passport issues prevented him from joining, he encouraged Magdalena to go alone. Tearfully, she boarded her flight, hesitant but hopeful. What followed would unravel her life and leave a trail of mystery that endures to this day. Friends described her as joyful and generous, always eager to help others and make them feel seen. She was known for her compassion, optimism, and strong sense of independence, traits that fueled her personal and professional goals. Her passion for wellness and beauty was matched by a desire to help others feel confident. Friends often spoke of her resilience and empathy, describing her as someone who brought joy wherever she went. Her future looked bright until everything changed. Arrival in Egypt, a vacation turned nightmare. Magdalena arrived in Marsa Alam, Egypt on April 26, 2017. Alone in a foreign country, her behavior changed rapidly. She became disoriented and paranoid, claiming she was hearing voices. Hotel staff witnessed erratic outbursts. At one point, she lay motionless in her room's doorway, wearing only a bathrobe. A local travel agent named Mahmoud K became her unofficial guardian, frequently contacting her family and boyfriend, claiming she was mentally unwell. But suspicions quickly grew. Why was he so involved? Why didn't she use her own phone? Her messages became cryptic. "They have tricks here," she said in a video. "Take me away from here, please." Magdalena's condition seemed to worsen by the hour. She wrote strange messages, cried frequently, and told staff she didn't feel safe. She asked for help but was met with skepticism, as though her panic was being brushed off. She began isolating herself, avoiding staff and guests. Her strange behavior wasn't a one-time event. It seemed to intensify with each passing hour. Something had clearly gone terribly wrong. The failed escape and haunting video call, Magdalena's desperation. By April 29, Magdalena had tried to leave. At Marsa Alam Airport, she was too panicked to board a flight home. She screamed, tried to undress, and appeared to be fleeing from something unseen. Deemed unfit to fly, she was returned to the hotel, only to be refused entry. With nowhere to go, she got into a car with Mahmoud. A video call to her boyfriend revealed her slumped in a seat, whispering, "I can't talk. It's useless." Her eyes darted nervously. Her voice trembled. The terror was unmistakable. She uttered the letter M before falling silent. Was she referring to Mahmoud or someone else? The footage from that video call remains one of the most disturbing elements of the case. Raw fear, confusion, and desperation captured in real time. Her trembling hands, panicked glances, and broken whispers suggest she felt utterly abandoned, unsure who to trust or where to turn. The emotional toll was undeniable. Every expression on her face seemed to cry out for someone to intervene. Her silence grew louder than her words, haunting all who saw it. Hospitalization and the fatal fall. Magdalena was admitted to a hospital in Marsa Alam, where she was sedated and tied to a bed. But within hours, she broke free. Staff claimed she ran to a second-floor window and jumped. She sustained fatal injuries, head trauma, broken bones, and was transferred to a larger hospital, where she died later that day. Egyptian authorities ruled it a suicide, but her family wasn't convinced. Why was she unsupervised? Why could she access a window? And why was her body embalmed before it could be properly examined? Hospital workers gave conflicting accounts about her mental state and behavior during her short stay. No psychological evaluation was ever documented, and the full truth about her final hours remains blurred. The hospital's security measures, or lack thereof, came under serious scrutiny. The lack of oversight seems not just negligent, but potentially catastrophic. The autopsy controversy and missing evidence. When Magdalena's body was returned to Poland, it had already been embalmed, destroying the possibility of a toxicology test. Surveillance footage from both the hotel and hospital had large gaps. Witnesses contradicted one another. Key files were missing. Polish authorities demanded access to unedited records. They were ignored. With no physical evidence of assault, but no clarity either, the case grew colder. Her family was left with little but grief and suspicion. This lack of transparency further fueled theories and public distrust. Each missing record became another piece of a puzzle no one could solve. Important footage vanished. Hospital records were vague, and the entire timeline became harder to reconstruct with every inconsistency. Forensic experts expressed concern over the lack of complete documentation. Without reliable chain of custody or transparent reporting, accountability becomes almost impossible. Theories: mental breakdown, foul play, or something worse. Was Magdalena experiencing a sudden psychotic break? Or was she drugged, perhaps targeted for something darker? One theory suggests a mental health crisis, triggered by isolation or substance use. But her family insists she had no history of mental illness and displayed no signs before the trip. Others believe she was the victim of trafficking or abuse, citing her cryptic warnings and video behavior that hinted at extreme fear and coercion. There's even speculation of organ trafficking, especially since her body was quickly embalmed. Multiple international experts have since reviewed the case, but even they remain split, unable to agree on a definitive explanation. Despite countless discussions, every theory seems plausible yet incomplete, adding to the confusion and desperation for a final answer. The unanswered questions only deepen the mystery. Each explanation seems plausible, yet none can fully explain all the bizarre behavior, conflicting testimonies, and the unsettling chain of events that led to her death. The aftermath: a family's fight for the truth. Magdalena's family has continued their fight for answers with unwavering determination. Her mother has given numerous interviews using every platform to raise awareness and warn others about the risks of solo travel. Over 200 witnesses were questioned and digital records were reviewed, yet no clear conclusion emerged. Many in Poland believe foul play occurred, but without cooperation from Egyptian authorities, the truth remains out of reach. Their efforts have sparked public interest and international concern. Each year, they honor Magdalena's memory through vigils, petitions, and awareness campaigns. Their persistence keeps the case alive, reminding the world that justice requires both truth and accountability. They've also urged policymakers to introduce stronger protections for travelers and improve international cooperation in suspicious death cases, hoping no other family suffers the same unanswered grief. A vacation that ended in silence. Magdalena Żuk's case is a chilling reminder that even the safest-looking trip can hide unimaginable danger. Her haunting final words, her disoriented behavior, and the shroud of secrecy that followed make this story more than a tragedy. It's a call to action. Stay vigilant, ask questions, demand transparency. If this story moved you, please like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more stories that shed light on the forgotten, the unexplained, and the silenced.